So today, the nation was shocked to learn that the lawyers of Kelsey Tafrenyika, who is the second wife of one of the twins of Auxillia Mnangagwa, Auxillia Mnangagwa being the first lady in Zimbabwe, or the wife of the president of Zimbabwe, Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa. Now, the case that Kelsey Tafrenyika is facing is that of drugs, but according to court papers, she has insisted that the drugs that were found in her home were actually planted. She had no knowledge about these drugs. A similar tactic has been used against the relatives of Kelsey, that is the mother of Kelsey, as well as the sister, and also another relative. Drugs were also planted in Bulawayo, and speaking, they are detained in Bulawayo facilities. And before their detention, we also learned that the military actually abducted the mother of Kelsey when she was coming from the court hearing, and she was tortured, taken also to the wife of Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa, that is Auxillia Mnangagwa, blindfolded. But what made it worse was the communication sent by lawyers and also leaked to the members of the public by the lawyers of Kelsey. They have made this matter worse, and beyond any reasonable doubt, we have got evidence that indeed the wife of Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa is at the center of this scandalous arrest. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. I know to the foolish Barakashi, when they saw the lawyers publishing, and I know that the publication, I have dealt with it on the other previous live broadcast, that these lawyers, they were forced to actually issue the publication that we saw in the afternoon. They did not do that on their own accord. They were threatened and forced to apologize to Auxillia Mnangagwa. These are still part of the schemes of Auxillia Mnangagwa. And by doing that apology, it is without doubt that they were doing it under duress. They were told to apologize because of the issues that has surfaced surrounding the matter of Kelsey. They did not want the members of the public. I mean, when Mnangagwas were doing this, they thought that Zimbabweans were going to have a perception that the second wife of Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa is a drug dealer because she was caught with the drugs. They were expecting what happened to the son of Robert Gabriel Mugabe when he was also caught with drugs in Zimbabwe to be the issue where it would only taint the image of the son rather than the parents. But this backfired. And the worse, the statement that is on the public domain of lawyers apologizing. You can tell that these are term lawyers, because I am a client. I have been disadvantaged. I tell you that they were the drugs that they claim I am selling. They were planted in my premises, and you then advise me, because lawyers, before they do anything, they do advise their client, and it was the worst advice. The matter is sub judice, and already they are issuing public apologies to the members of the public, apologize, saying, blaming the members of public for analyzing the events as they unfolded. The courts does not deal with what happens on social media. They know that there is social media, and social media shall forever exist. And so the lawyers seem to blame the analysis as well as the stories that have played out. But in these stories that have played out, you can see there is an element of truth. And also, I said it's either the lawyers were under duress, of which I strongly believe they were under duress to do so, because that does not help Kelsey anyway. And also, they expose that this case, the queen of the queen of this case is actually Auxillia Mnangagwa. And even if they go to the courts will not actually save them. The only person who is their savior in this case is Auxillia Mnangagwa. And they are right, but also this, beyond any reasonable doubt, exposed Auxillia Mnangagwa. It makes everything that has been playing out in the public, to be true. All the tortures that Auxilium, obviously, we're not going to be shown the pictures that we saw circulating on social media about the mother of Kelsey being assaulted. These the bruises all over her body. If Auxilium Mnangagwa did not do it, and also when exactly, if I have a problem or a case to answer, and also, it is quite clear Kelsey's mother was abducted, beaten, taken to the state house, most probably being told by the first lady that I'm the first lady, I will hit you no matter what you do. You cannot do anything to me. And also the actions of Kelsey's family, escaping to Bulawayo, and also being captured in one of the lodges there, and also a similar tactic, drugs being planted, and an impression that they intend to give that this family is a family that is dealing with drugs. All this, you can tell there is someone behind it. And the letters, definitely the lawyers were intimidated, they are cowards, and when they heard intimidation, they decided to play politics. But lawyers are not good at playing politics. I don't know where these ones did start, because that later on its own, it demonstrates beyond any reasonable doubt that they are not, maybe it must be lawyers for it. These are not normal lawyers. I know they were threatened, but as long as you exercise law, and lawyers are the officers of the court, maybe how many lawyers have been threatened by ZANU PF dealing with many complicated issues? We've never heard them taking the posture that these lawyers decided to do, to apologize to a criminal, that we are apologized. Now, that apology links Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa's wife with everything that has been spoken about here. It's a proof that indeed she is involved. This lady has done everything that was said on social media. It proves beyond any reasonable doubt. Now, the mind, I've seen Barakashi, they are trying to project that the first lady, the lawyers have apologized to the first lady. The way they are dealing with this matter is highly primitive. It shows that we have a disaster of a first lady in Zimbabwe who cannot, just imagine if she is that ruthless to her own family, because at one point she told Kelsey's mother that if she gets out of the prison, I will send people to rip her belly open so that I actually kill those kids. The statement that was said by the first lady, that statement on its own depicts that this is an extraordinarily evil woman that actually happens to be the first lady in Zimbabwe. It shows how endangered the lives of the people of Zimbabwe are. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Is